right, it's time for another edition of Betting Weekly Tennis Live, the show that pretty much runs the betting streets in the world of tennis. Mitch Michaels, Dustin Fox, and of all of our intros, I think that actually is my favorite of the songs, but that's either here nor there. Dustin Fox, fresh off the battle of I-75, right?
Yeah.
Toledo and Bowling Green. Welcome to the show. It's a good time of year for all sports, but we know we just saw some incredible scenes in tennis.
Yeah, no, it was a great weekend. I was doing the Bowling Green Toledo game, which is also a crazy game this past weekend. A lot of good college football over the weekend. A lot of good tennis as well. It's nice to actually have some live tennis during our show because all the Asian swing tends to keep me up at night. And last night I actually slept 10 hours, which was great because I have not slept in it feels like months. Yeah. I'm in Pensacola, Florida, by the way.
Wow.
Which is a beautiful, beautiful town right here on the beach. And I got 2 games this week.
Wow. We're gearing up too, and I know November is going to be big because that's the Maction weeknight game. So it's going to be fun. And I know there's not a shortage of tennis courts down there in Pensacola. Everyone can get out there and play when they need to. And just a reminder too, this show 3 days a week, 1 o'clock Eastern time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all part of the Bet Rivers Network. Download the app, make your bets there, and follow our social channels for all the insight. We got the X account, Instagram, and YouTube, and the @ for all 3 is because we win. Last weekend, there was a big women's tournament and a big men's tournament. And starting first with the men's tournament, with all due respect to the action in Wuhan, unbelievable storyline, right, Dustin? Because you had two improbable finalists that were blood relatives. And it was won by a guy who was the 9th alternate to get in. Vacherot wins the title over his cousin, Rinderknech, and he does it by beating seed after seed, beating the greatest player of all time along the way, and then coming back from a set down against his cousin in that match in the Shanghai final. I can't think of a more improbable tournament winner in any event in my lifetime, at least my time covering tennis. What he did and how he kept winning after the biggest win of his life, how he just kept stacking them up was just truly remarkable.
It was unbelievable that not just that he made the final, but the fact that Rinderknech makes the final too, and that they have their blood relatives. I mean, that to me is just unbelievable. I don't know how a guy wins against Novak Djokovic and then comes back and wins again.
Yeah, it's the letdown spot, right? That's what we talk about in any sport, but tennis is just so unique because you have to play the next day. So there's no week to kind of bask in the glow. You have to get right back to it. And just our guy, Nigel Seeley, the godfather of all this, karaoke godfather as well. We'll point that out. He talked about how this is one of the craziest weeks for betting in general. Rinderknech was 250 to 1, right? And this is great too. Doubled his career prize money. So the finalist, who was the overwhelming favorite, more likely to be there, was 250 to 1. Vacherot had won 1 match on the tour all year, and he was 1,000 to 1 going into this event, and he just wins the whole thing. And now going from outside the top 200 to the top 40.
40, whatever.
And putting on social media, I'm just going to go to Shanghai. A big run could be on the way. Just manifest destiny in a lot of ways. It was remarkable. It's great. It's why we love this sport, right? It's like the great Roddy Piper used to say, when you think you know the answers, I change the questions. That's why we love all this.
No, it's great. I don't know that I'll ever see that again in my lifetime. I mean, somebody that low who had 1 win on tour, I don't know. It's a great story. And I at this point, I wonder, where's that dude's career go?
It changed his life. I mean, that's the thing.
Changed his life. We just had I forget the gentleman's name in the chat. We had it on the screen. He put it up there. Doubled his career winnings in 1 week.
Wow. He goes from having to grind, and he might still have to grind. We'll see. But he's in the top 40. He's got a solid pretty much 6 months to a year. Really until next Shanghai. He's got a year of getting into events, draws,
yeah, he's going to get into a lot of big events, man.
And he just seems like a wholesome dude as well. We also have a note from our producer Troy. A lot of people betting on Bet Rivers. You should do it if you haven't already. You never know when a big run could happen for yourselves betting. We have a $61 bet on him to win 70 to 1 and got a little $4,200 payout. So even getting in late, even getting in after a couple wins, we still got some play there. So that was cool. I mean, that was just, the family side of it. It was awesome. And then Dustin, on the women's side, Coco Gauff, much maligned. every time we doubt her, every time we question her, every time we say, well, this isn't going to happen, he is in a higher tax bracket. Now that's a good point. We'll see where he is. Monaco resident, I think, so that's going to help him. But every time we doubt Coco Gauff, does that she finds a way to just win another big title. It's pretty remarkable how she can turn the page and be so mature at her young age. And I just have nothing but respect for her ability to do that.
Yeah, it's her 11th career title, and did it against Jessie, who I actually thought, and I did have a wager on Pegula in this this match, because I thought that Jessie came in and just beaten Sabalenka, something she struggles to do. And then, I don't know. I mean, I actually thought that Pegula in the second set, when she was up 3-love, I'm like, this thing's over. Like, Coco's going to melt, and Jessica's going to do exactly what she did against Sabalenka, win in 3 sets. And just didn't happen. Coco played her butt off this week, and very, very impressive. Good for her, man. Yeah,
very good. Another stat for you to consider. Consider when you're betting on her or against her, whatever you want. She's 9-0 in hard court finals. So you'd have to go back to Serena, someone to start that good in hard court finals. So surface makes a difference, and she's won a major on that and some big titles. So props to Coco. That's the big one there. We mentioned 2 Bet Rivers. We got some live action. It's been a while. Well, we're not a little rusty. We're going to try to dive back into the live side of things, which we love to see. Stockholm right now, we have a match going on. Alexei Popyrin taking on Sebastian Korda. Popyrin won the first set in the tiebreaker. We're in the first game. Popyrin serving 30-all. And we got Korda at plus 143 on the money line. Popyrin minus 200. So, Dustin, I respect Popyrin, Masters champion, has had some big wins. But for Korda as an American guy, you keep waiting, hoping, maybe wishfully thinking that he could have his breakthrough. We'll see. I mean, he's digging himself a hole already as this tournament begins.
Yeah, but I would like to get a live wager in on my man to come back and win.
Okay.
What are we looking at odds-wise here? Plus 160?
Yeah. Popyrin's got a game point in that first game. So you got, potentially, right? Like maybe that's it. Or maybe you go, the over in the second set games is -9, is 9.5, minus 177. That's a little juiced up. I don't know. I think that might be good. Just sprinkle the money line and maybe then you can hedge a little bit. But
I'm in at plus 160.
All right, he's in. We're going to monitor that. We'll see where we are. Hopefully by the end of the show, you're looking down the barrel of a third set coming, and we're looking at maybe an opportunity for Korda to get back in the game. He just has so much talent, right? Like we know he's got the ability, but he's been snake bitten. There's been a lot of stops and starts. The injury stuff's tough, so. That's where we are with that match. And then, we have another one. It hasn't started yet, but we'll be getting going in about 10, 15 minutes or so. Leo Borg, son of the great Bjorn Borg, a certified G, one of the best players ever, taking on Sebastian Ofner in Stockholm, Sweden. Ofner is a huge favorite, though, Dustin, minus 455. And the game spread is minus 4.5. So a lot of juice to lay on a player that's more established and more seasoned as a pro.
They played one time, and Ofner won that match 6-3, 7-5 on clay back in Geneva 2025. So that's the only time that they have played.
Quick math, bees. That would be a cover today. That would be a slight cover today.
So. Be a slight cover today.
Different surface, though. Stockholm. I love these indoor events. Like I like this time of year. I like all time of year tennis, but I like the acoustics. I like the scene. I think it's good. And for the people that say, I don't know if this is, a big enough stop. If you remember, not too far back, Stockholm was where it all really kind of started for Tommy Paul. You won Stockholm, took it into the next year, and then leveled up. So
it's just a 250, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But still, it could be a great landing spot for a lot of these players. So
no doubt.
We shall see. I think the other bets
what's up with Tommy Paul? Is he still battling from injury? What's going on with him?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is. They keep it pretty close to the vest. I have a lot of respect for his team, Brad Stein, his coach. But he just wasn't feeling it. And, he played through some stuff to get through the major season, which is obviously understandable. But, losing ranking points, coming down and having to, this is the time of year. It was another coach. It was Pegula's coach, Mark Knoll, said this time of the year he calls it tapioca. There's a lot of players that are just tapping out. We'll just get to next year. So.
Well, it is kind of that weird time period, right? I mean, just with the season and there's not a lot of break in tennis.
No,
in fact,
but break. But the flip side, though, is if you're healthy, right, and you're playing for something, you're playing well. You can speak to this too, right? Whether it's football, basketball, hockey, whatever. You don't want to stop playing. Golfers too. If you're playing well, you want to just play as much as possible. Let's keep it going. So it does work both ways. So if you're hot at the end of the year, this is a good time to level up and get ready for Australia, which is right around the corner.
Well, that's why you can look at some players, and this is where you can find some good value. It's like certain players get hot at the right time. Like I was the other day I was betting on FAA because FAA seems to be getting hot and likes this time of the year. So, and that Musetti match the other day, that's what I definitely wagered on. But I mean, no, it's an opportunity to make some money, and if you know that a player is kind of like battling an injury or something, or just kind of I don't know, just trying to get to the finish line, well, there's a chance to make some cash.
Well, like we said, we have a lot of matches this week, and we're going to talk a little women. We're going to talk a little men. We got some bets. We're going to try to get a daily double in here on Betting Weekly Tennis Live. I want to look at that Osaka tournament for the women. 500, I think, or is that a 250 as well? We'll double check that.
It's a 500.
I thought it was a 500. One thing it is a 250. Okay. But one of the things I did notice is, have you seen the court colors, that light green? It's kind of like a throwback to like back in the day. It's got that light green. Old
I gotta
Aussie,
see. I've not seen it yet. No. Oh, actually, no. I did see it. Last night I was watching some of that.
Yeah, I watched the Osaka match, Naomi Osaka in Osaka, and I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I know TV, the blue pops a little bit better, and that is right in the chat. Ningbo is a 500, the other event, but I just want to mention the Osaka tournament because we have Naomi there. We have some decent sized players, and like I mentioned, there's an opportunity for these players to make a little move, make a little run if they want. So you have Anli taking on Gracheva. She's -177. That match will be tonight at 9. Alicia Parks, the American, is in action as an underdog. Katie Volinets, who's played very well. But a big matchup that I was looking at, Leylah Fernandez, -250 versus Hailey Baptiste, Dustin, +195. For 250, this is a pretty darn good early round matchup. The game spread's +3.5. And one thing I've noticed about both these players, especially Baptiste, is first sets have gone pretty over.
You've been talking about this for months.
Yeah, I have been, especially for Baptiste. So I'm going to take a look. First set over 9.5 +110. Slight lean to play. I think a light play. I think it is early, but I like this matchup. Baptiste is a battle, and we know Leylah fights, so I'm with it.
Yeah, Leylah's been playing well, and her serve's been good. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. I mean, I've won a couple times. I think I bet the first set over that you pointed this out.
2 out of the last 3 matches that Baptiste has played, that's gone over. So that'll be the one I like, and she could win the match too. I mean, it's not a little less than 2-1. Baptiste came off the Billie Jean King Cup. That's a match that I like. I think. Leylah's been playing very well, so maybe that's somebody that you look at to see if she can make a move and make a run as it goes up. So anything else there? We have Andreescu taking on Golubic. Andreescu's a +162 underdog. I always kind of like that. Osaka, huge favorite against Le Mans. That'll be a Tuesday match. The other match earlier that I was looking at was Alexei Eala +163 against Valentova. So Eala's a sizable underdog if you like her in Osaka.
I tend to lean on you, my friend, when it comes to the more obscure women's tennis matches, because women's tennis better than I think anybody in the United States.
Maybe no, that's not true.
No, I'm teasing. I'm just giving my voice a love, man. Come on.
Yeah, I gotcha. I think that match is one where I'd go over games, though, because I was looking at Valentinova, and she had to qualify through. She played 3 hard sets. So this is an interesting one, right? She made it through qualifying. Eala got that main draw, but Eala is the underdog in that matchup, which we see, right? So don't look at brackets, look at the lines, look at the market. But I think the last match that Valentinova played, 3 sets, pretty long, I would go over games in this one. I think that'd be the way I would lean. I think Eala matches are usually a roller coaster, right? Kind of safe to say.
Oh, you better buckle in, man. If you bet on her, because she could be a 4-love and all of a sudden it's 4-4.
Yeah. Well, you're a great live bet player as well. So,
I like live betting because especially in matches that are tight, because you never really have to lay the juice.
So you'd want like Eala as the underdog to lose the first set and then get in live. Then you're getting even more.
100%. Somebody like her. I mean, like yesterday, for example, like I actually bet Pegula live after she lost the first set, and I think I got it at might have been like 400 or 350 or something, and I was feeling good about it when she was up, and when she was serving 5-4, I was feeling good about it until it was 5-5, and then 7-5.
Sabalenka's, if you beat Sabalenka, I think it takes a lot out of you. I know she's kind of rusty, but like, and that was an emotional win, right? The woman that had literally denied her U.S. Open dreams 2 years in a row. Like, I know you're laser focused onto the next match. Tournament's still going on. Job's not finished, but it's only human nature to be like, I finally did it. I beat Sabalenka, and then you got to play Coco Gauff next. So,
can I tell you about one of the worst beats I think I've ever had?
Go ahead.
This was last week, and I just happened to wake up I was waking up early in the morning. It's like 3:00 in the morning, and I was going to wake up at 5 for tennis to play tennis, and I just happened to wake up and I'm watching Emma Navarro, and she's playing. The gal, is it Shang?
Yeah.
She lost to her. And you know what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she loses the first set, smokes then Emma comes back, wins the second set 6-2. She's up 3-love in the third. And this girl, the Shang, or I forget how to say her last name, but she couldn't get a ball in the court. Comes back and wins 6 straight games. I've never watched a match turn like that in my life.
I watched one this year, and it was Emma Navarro. It was the match against Seattle at Cincinnati. She was up huge, and just it went. You got to write that stuff down. I like Emma Navarro, but you got to put that in the bank, right? Right.
I will never bet on her again. Like, that's one of those where it's just like I'm scorned for life with Emma.
We're in that need. Yeah, Nigel's scoring with the other Emma for life. So we got the Emmas on the band list.
Raducanu?
Yeah. So, all right, let's look at the 500. We're betting weekly tennis live. We're going all over the place. It's great. I love all these events. We've got some live stuff coming up. Popyrin Korda 15:30. Korda's maybe got an opening in the 1-hole game in the second set. All right, 500 level bet in Ningbo. 500 level event in Ningbo. We've got some good matchups. We got graphics I want to get to, right? So let's get to the 2 that I highlighted. We'll talk about some others as well. Grand Slam champion Marketa Vondrousova versus one of my personal favorite players, Karolina Muchova. The all-check matchup, both minus money. Muchova favorite by razor-thin margin. -5 on the game spread. Over/under, you see set bets as well. Fascinating one, Dustin. Fascinating one. But with Muchova, as much as I just complimented her and said I loved her, and we'll put that graphic back up, it was another tournament that she didn't finish. So that is giving me a lot of pause in a matchup like this. Having said that, we haven't seen really Vondrousova since she couldn't play in the U.S. Open. So a lot of factors going into a match that could be highly unpredictable. But what say you is this match?
Put up the odds one more time just so I can double check those. That's it. Yeah, so it's tight. Well, they played once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Muchova's won that one. It was back in 2023, Indian Wells. Dude, this is a total toss-up match. I mean, the odds makers have this right. This is one that you live bet.
Yeah,
100%. I mean, you feel this thing out the first 3 to 5 games of the match and see who's on. The one thing I would say is I could see a long first set here as well, especially if Vondrousova is serving well. I could see this being an over 10 and a half first set.
I'm just laughing. Can we WTA betting chat saying, can we bet both players to retire? Hopefully that does not happen, but you got to wonder. Live bet situation is key. It's pretty hot from what we hear there. I might actually go against you. I think if you're looking for ways to attack this, maybe that's one way. I would say a straight set. If you want to feel froggy, like small unit bet, I think a straight set play is a good play. You got to be, it's risky. Who do you favor more? Who's coming in healthy? But maybe whoever wins the first, that's just too much for the player that loses it to come back. The heat, the situations, like that might be where I would lean. A small play on a player to win straight sets. Because if you look one last time at the board, the set betting here is pretty solid money for straight sets. I kind of think we're going for an under play or a greedy play where it's straight sets.
Well,
under scares me though because of the tie breaks, Dustin. Like I mean, personally,
because she's not. She could go totally.
How many times have you lost over bets on 2-set long sets? Or like lost under bets, excuse me, where it's just been 7-6, 7-6. It's like I had the under, it was straight sets, but I still lost.
That has it happened to me? Not very often.
Okay.
It's happened to you?
It has, yeah.
Oh God.
Where I have the read on the match being straight sets.
Like it's a straight sets win, but yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So that's one I was looking at for sure. The other match that I had, this is one for your analysis too. I'm more curious, but Victoria Mboko coming in against Dayana Yastremska. Mboko hasn't had the results coming through. She's priced as a pretty sizable favorite, -148 in this matchup. Spreads razor thin, 21.5 over under. We'll talk about life-changing win in Canada, but will she be able to follow that up at a 500 level event where, she's not in the sense where she needs these results, but she's got a target on her back now. And Yastremska's been playing, pretty solid and is pretty seasoned for a young player herself.
I mean, Mboko's had a hell of a year. This is their first meeting. They have never played. It's a total toss-up when it comes to this. I think that Yastremska is going to be very aggressive early in the match, and so you got to watch for some unforced errors. And see if that happens. If Mboko can stay aggressive, I think that she'll have a chance to be in it. And who converts those break opportunities? Like there's going to be pressure in this match, and Mboko's still young. If anything, I could see. How about I make a prediction for a same game parlay and take Mboko in the over, and say it's going to be a 3-setter.
That could be a good one. I like the same game parlay. I worry that she hasn't won a match 0-3 since Canada.
So you worry could be a boat race?
Well, no, it's not so much that. I think Yastremska, and she retired last match, like she has, maybe the heat gets to her. Same game parlay isn't a bad way to approach this, because I think if you're going to back Mboko, you like the fact that she kind of gets out ahead and puts the hammer down, and then you're betting on Yastremska to kind of fall back in the heat. I worry if she doesn't win the first set, how this match could go. So maybe it's a first set bet for Mboko. Like, I know it's not going to be the necessarily best odds, but that would be the one I would like. Yeah. So
we got the break though with my boy Korda, by the way. Just saying.
Oh, all right.
And I remember I got it +160.
You did. See, that's how you do it. I kind of think a lot of the times too, when in looking at the matches we cover on the show, player down a set, you like them to get back in, force 3. A lot of times I like the under in games in the second too. Talk about saying I just feel like the second ends up being the player that wins the first doesn't necessarily need that second. So they're just, all right, we're going 3. Let's just get ready. Let's work on some stuff. So we'll see how many games this set goes as he runs up to a 3-1 lead, consolidates that nice and quickly. Other matches in this tournament that we want to get to before we switch to the men. Tauson, Tomljanovic. Tauson is a -235 favorite. Muchova versus your girl, Zhang Shui, -137. The girl that beat Emma Navarro recently. And Emma Raducanu is
Shui, that's her name.
Emma Raducanu is
she swayed that match, I'll tell you that much.
She certainly did. How about Emma Raducanu as a -530 favorite over the Canadian Lin Zhu? So that's a big number. But if you like Raducanu and think she's playing well, I'd go under -122. I think that could be a solid play. Emma to snap right back into it. So we'll see, man. Anything else on the women's board you like before we move on?
I'm actually looking, now that you brought it up, I'm looking at the Tauson Tomljanovic match, which could be a tight battle, actually, when you think about it. Tauson's 2-1 in their head-to-head. Last time they played, it was a 3-setter and way over the total, 6-3, 6-7, 6-4. Tauson won that one. I think this could be a really solid match.
Iowa beat my girl Maya Joint in the qualifying.
I know.
And my worry with Iowa was that she fights and she's been, we know what she's about, even as she gets up there in age. But health was the thing, right? We talk about it. She's one of the players that I think, it's more about getting back to health. It's not the end of a long season because she's missed so much time. So if she's feeling healthy, I think there is value on betting Iowa some way. Maybe the game spread too, because I do think Tauson. You worry about Tauson. I think maybe even over 2.5 sets about her having like a red line heat check, right, where she's just unplayable for a little bit. But as much as I love Clara Tauson, I don't think that's necessarily sustainable. And I like Ajla to kind of stay in the fight, make this a long, drawn-out match.
I think you're right about that. It's a great point. She does redline, and she does try to, just figure it out, and then she could totally almost tank a set and come back and turn it on and finish it out. So, yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
like
she beat Keys this year, and it was like a beatdown. It was like, where did that come from? But
I remember that match. Where was that at? It was crazy.
Canada or Cincy, it all blurs together, as you know.
I think it was Canada.
But let's look at some men's matches here on Betting Weekly Tennis Live. Again, all the tournaments across Europe. We've got so much. Brussels, we've got Stockholm, we've got Vienna. We can just bounce around.
You want to talk about the Joao Fonseca match, right?
I do. I want to talk about the Fonseca
You're excited
match.
about that.
I'm pretty pumped. Looking at Belgium, we're going to Brussels. Joao Fonseca taking on Bodek Van Zandschulp, who just beat Legends, apparently. Yeah, we're not sure when we get him, but he beats Legends and people that are hyped up. So maybe this is a spot for him, plus 150. Fonseca at minus 190. Played in the Laver Cup. Did pretty well there. I want to ask you a question. We see the line, Dustin, on the spread. We see everything. We know about Fonseca and the popularity. Are these fair prices for him? I want to know if these are fair prices in your mind as a bettor. As much as we love him and we hope he is one of the faces of the game going forward, but is that a fairly priced number for a player of his stature?
What is it again? Sorry.
Minus 190.
190. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You think it should be higher?
No, I worry.
Or you think it should be lower?
Yeah, I was leading that way because.
Well, no, I mean, listen, I think that if he were not 18 or 19, I mean, like it's a different deal. If he continues on the trajectory he's on in 2 years, this is going to be 380.
Yeah. He lost to Atmain, who we like Atmain, like he's been coming up, and that Schoolcott Australian guy. Those are his last two losses. So that's where I'm saying, like, I'm with you. Like, I want him to be one of the guys. I just think what ends up happening is he's a very popular player. He's a very bet-on player. So I think we're going to juice him up for that way. And Bodek might not be the guy. In fact, I'm not predicting him to be the guy in this match. But the unfortunate side of this is I think you're going to find value on the players he plays until he gets more seasoned, more mature, works his way in. So that said, Bodek recently, looking up his recent thing, isn't as much to write home about. Last match at Maine again. This guy's just beating everyone. Beats him in 2 tie breaks, and then Mackie McDonald in 3. So do we back Fonseca straight sets here? Do I dare say that?
I mean, I think Fonseca's going to win this match. So you get better odds at the straight sets.
Or you put him in the daily double on that money line, and then you just work with something else.
Well, I mean, do you want to take him in the money line for your half of the daily double, and then
I think so. Let's look at a few more. Right, that's some workshop. We're workshopping it here, but I think that's a good one. So I think Fonseca money line is a good way to look at this. He's someone that could use this part of the year, right? What's his ranking? And I mentioned Tommy Paul off the top. He's 42, 43 right now. So look, Fonseca has an opportunity, right, to rack up some ranking points and get in the top 40, get, moving up and get to that seeded section before Australia, right? That's his goal. We talk about goals, get seeded before the major would be a big one. Other matchups as we bounce around the men's tournament. How about one you like in Brussels? Rusevori taking on Mapeshi Perricard. Emo Rusevori back, took some time off, got his mentals right. He's back in the mix in Belgium, taking on the big serving Frenchman, Giovanni Pesci Perricard. There you see the odds on that one. Look at that over-under games, 24.5. Pretty high stuff for these two. But what we thinking?
Yeah, what I'm thinking that Rusevori's been going through it, but he's still a player, dude. I mean, and Pesci Perricard just still can't return serve, man. Dude, we talked about this last week. Because he was playing, it was the Holger Rune match, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up I took Holger Rune and the under. And Rune just choked in the freaking second set.
He did.
And the breaker. I mean, he
did.
It was just unbelievable. But anyway, neither here nor there. Because then he smoked him in the third. So it was like, I had the right read. That's what sucks. Like, you have the right read sometimes, and then you still lose. You're like, I don't know. it allows me to sleep at night because I feel like I at least knew or like read the match properly. But no, I think this match, I like that over because I think that Ruusuvuori could actually take a set. I could see it's something like I think he could get maybe one break and win a set, like maybe wins the first set 6-4 Ruusuvuori, and then all of a sudden it's a 7-6, 6-4 for something like that for Pericard, something like that. I don't know. But I think over 24.5.
So they juiced up the tiebreak prices obviously for GMP, but if you call a set, if you call maybe first set tiebreak, you're getting some plus money, and I think that might be where I'd go. Just lean into a long first set.
You want to go first set? You know what? How about that? Yeah. How about we put the first set tiebreak in there as my daily double? Or I've got two leans on this, by the way.
Yeah.
The other one I like is kind of stealing from your thunder, and that is the first set over in Hailey Baptiste.
Yeah, I'm more on that side for the daily double because I think the tiebreak one's more of a small play. Like, I feel like it's a real possibility, but I wouldn't lock it in.
I'm kind of leaning on your leans today.
Oh, no, that's never a good thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Well, yeah, Ruusuvuori's come. I mean, it's tough. Like, it's tough coming back with, taking this much time off, playing challengers, working his way back. But we'll see. I mean, if he holds his serve, he's going to be in this match, right? Like, there's going to be an opportunity.
That's all you got to do against
can't return.
Card.
But there's pressure on that. The other men's match I had highlighted for a graphic. How about these two going all the way to Kazakhstan? Brandon Nakashima taking on Medjedovic.
Medjedovic has had a hell of a run recently.
You read my mind, my good friend. I'm thinking underdog. I'm thinking money line. I'm thinking plus 112 on Medjedovic.
With you on that all day.
Problem though is he's another guy that just doesn't play straightforward matches. so and he did retire. I mean, everybody was retiring in Shanghai. Like, of all the tournaments, like, retirements there aren't quite as much. Remember how chippy that was at the end? Medjedovic, Rinderknech, like, that was a little spicy. And yeah, coming off Holger beating him pretty good.
Nakashima's not an easy out, dude.
No, he's not.
He's a solid player, man.
Brandon got beat pretty bad in Shanghai in his first match. I just think Medjedovic is an interesting cat and one that I would back in this spot, given the value plus money. I thought that line this is a value play for me. I thought that line would be a little tighter and maybe even minus both, but I like Medjedovic. I think he's one to watch going forward.
Like it.
All right. Like ATP. Let's look at your live bet really quickly here. 5-1. 5-1.
Well, you said it, man, with the second set under.
And the third set will probably be over. And the third set will probably be like a long third set.
Oh, yeah.
Alexei Popyrin, Canada champion 2 years ago. Still improbable.
I don't know how he did that.
Nobody can explain it.
I don't understand it. But
Kazakhstan has some matches. We'll get to some more throughout the show. Throughout this week of shows, we got matches lined up for Wednesday, like Alex Mickelson and Gabriel Diallo, who won. So he's back. He won this event a little bit like last year, I believe. So he's back in the mix. Tomorrow, you got David Goffin, who'll be kicking off his tour in Belgium. The hometown guy. How about Bergs as a minus 130 favorite against Colignan over there? Could be something. Zuzu Bergs had a nice little run.
Yeah, he let me down against Novak, dude.
He didn't let us down in the daily double, though, last week.
No, he did not.
Stockholm was the other one. We're getting ready for they pushed the Borg Ofner match. We're getting ready for that one. But Stockholm had a match I wanted to ask you about, too. Marin Cilic, the old dog, taking on Budkov Kaiser, who I don't really know too much about, but Cilic is minus 127. I think it's a kind of good spot for him. I think playing a younger, unproven main draw player, minus 127, I think it's a good spot for Cilic.
Yeah. How old is he? Is he 35?
37.
37?
Yeah, 37.
Good for him to keep playing, though, man. He's had injury after injury, and he just keeps coming back. Fun guy to watch, and when he's on, man, his serve can be unstoppable.
Yeah, he's one that I think I almost missed this one. I can't forget, right? We got more blood relatives playing against each other. The Emer brothers are playing each other tomorrow. We've got it locked in. Elias taking on Mikhail, the Emers, locking up. It's pretty good. It should be pretty good. Mikhail's a -134 favorite, but if you like drama, maybe over, just a fun overplay on the brothers, trying to outdo the cousins in Shanghai.
I like that.
And then the other one I like is Matteo Berrettini. He'll be the last match tomorrow. So if you're watching this show, and why wouldn't you be? But if you're watching Betting Weekly Tennis Live tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time, that'll be the match that you can gear up for. Maybe it'll be starting on time live. But Matteo Berrettini taking on Zephyri, -200 for Matteo, trying to get back on track.
Yeah, poor guy just can't catch a break with injuries, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I want to see him back in the mix. I want to see him back, getting some stuff done, making it happen. So I think that might do it. Anything else you want to get to? Any other subplots and storylines?
No, I'm not. I'm just excited to watch the end of this Popyrin match and see if I can get the dub on the +160. Because honestly, I wasn't even thinking about that match today until we started prepping for the show, and then you brought it up on the live. So I'm like, all right, that's some good opportunity. I love getting a guy.
My last things being good to see Djokovic back in the mix. We don't know how much we're going to see him, just what he's able to do at his age in those brutal conditions. It was great. It was awesome. Just love to see it. So, and then we do have futures out on the women's events, right? So I would say if you're looking at the events, Osaka is Naomi a huge favorite, but I would say wait. My advice for the audience on the Osaka future is wait for that Baptiste Fernandez event. And if Leylah does win that match, that'd be the one I would like to sprinkle a little on because she's +650 now, so we'll see. But I think there's value there. And in Ningbo with Rybakina at +250, Paulini, Mira Andreeva, who's been struggling, Alexandra, Bencic, Tauson. You've got a lot of good players. So
it's gonna be a fun week, buddy. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. You're back tomorrow, right?
I will be back on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm a Monday, Wednesday guy. I fill in for Tuesdays. I'm the jack of all trades here.
I can't even tell what day of the week it is right now because I've been now that I'm on some midweek stuff with these college games. Today really is like a Friday for me, even though it's a Monday.
I come in when needed. I'm like. Who would I say? I'd be like Taysom Hill or one of your old teammates, one of my favorite players ever. I'm like Chris Gamble. I just come in, I do offense, defense, special teams, whatever they need.
Do it all, baby. 120 plays a game. That's
120, whatever you need. Oh, let's get that daily double locked in, huh? I think that's how we gotta sign it off. So let's look at it. All right. So we want to do money line Fonseca. We'll push the board up. We're gonna go money line to win because we want to be a little safer on our daily doubles, which have a lot of pressure on it. You gotta be good there. So we're gonna go with that. And then what you got to make up the decision now. What are we doing? Are we doing?
My decision is we're gonna take. All right. So the Hailey Baptiste over. We're locking that in, right? First set.
I think that's the one. I think our daily double has to be.
All right. Well, I'm greedy.
Okay, go ahead. It's
your daily double. I would prefer to go Fonseca straight sets at +132, or whatever the plus money you had up there.
Okay. Wow.
Because that's going to take us to probably, that's going to be a +300 something, right?
One more time on the board, +132, João Fonseca.
Yep.
Wow. Let's do it. And then the other play, just so we have the official line, we're going to go WTA action. We're going to go Hailey Baptiste taking on Leylah Fernandez. In that first set, remember, you can get all these on Bet Rivers. Make sure you download the app, get all your bets in. Over 9.5 games is +110 in that matchup. And by my calculations on the show, Bet Weekly Tennis Live, that will put us at +387. +387 on the daily double.
Let's go.
Lock it in. Baptiste Fernandez over. Fonseca to win in straight sets. Fun stuff, man. Fun stuff. I'm excited. There's still so much tennis to go.
Korda gave him the breadstick there in the second set.
Let's see. He's moved ahead, right? Was he minus favorite? I'm sure he's a minus now, huh?
Yeah, dude, he's like -300. Wow. -333. I'm seeing it.
Dustin, this was a blast, man. Enjoy Pensacola. Enjoy 2 games this week. This was awesome.
You want to check me out tomorrow night, ESPN2, 7:30. South Alabama, Arkansas State, and then Saturday we're on ESPN2 again where we've got Memphis at UAB And UAB just fired Trent Dilfer yesterday.
He did. It's firing season, huh?
It is. So I've got to figure. This is gonna be fun. We've you know who the head coach now is for UAB?
No.
Alex Mortensen.
Chris
Mortensen's son.
Wow. Did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is exciting. You got 2 games this week. We got tennis. We got all this stuff. We got some live in the window as well. Betting Weekly Tennis Live. It continues Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all tennis season, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Follow the socials at Because We Win, the X account, the Instagram and YouTube, and download the Bet Rivers app to get all your bets in. Dustin Fox, a pleasure, man. Always fun.
Likewise, buddy.
This was
Hailey Baptiste over. Let's go.
Hailey Baptiste over. Fonseca straight sets. That's your daily double. For Dustin Fox, I'm Mitch Michaels. This was Betting Weekly Tennis Live. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the tennis. Have fun, and we'll see you.